I was born in Irvine, California on June 21st, 1997. It was a Saturday. Sorry to disappoint some of you guys, but I did look it up just for this video. My mom came to the States for college after being born and raised in Mexico, and my dad was basically your typical all-American guy from Iowa. They're both veterinarians, and somehow they both found their way to SoCal, met, and here I am. After being able to live the first 2 years of my life, basically ruling the household, they decided it was time to have another kid. And on August 25th of 1999, my brother Chase was born. I went to a very small private school from kindergarten to 6th grade. In 1st grade, my parents did end up divorcing. They decided they just couldn't get along. But this school was very cliquish, and so I found myself from kindergarten until I left the school either being ganged up on. There wasn't even a chance to really be the popular girls because there were only 10 kids in my kindergarten class and 30 kids in my 6th grade class. It was very easy to find myself being left out or be bullied. I found that it was very unpredictable, and I would go to school one day having so many friends and the next having no one. Around 6th grade, the bullying began to get really bad, and I did leave the school after 6th grade. In 7th grade, it was a huge culture shock. I went to a middle school, and going from a school of 200 kids for 7 years, going into a school of 1,200 kids was crazy. I auditioned for the school's musical theater program, and I got in. I had done small things in the past with my other school, but this is where I figured out that I was really meant to be. It was really good for me to be here, I think, and I think I would have turned out very differently if I wasn't in this musical theater program, because on the first day, you were welcomed into this huge family of kids that were just like you, and that were so open, so talkative, so fun to be around, and I found myself having a second family. I really felt accepted for the first time in my life. I don't think I'd consider myself to be popular. I was never really that popular girl, but I did have a lot of friends, and I knew a lot of people at the school, but I was having a great time, and I consider 7th grade to be the best year of my life to this day. From the summer of 7th grade to 8th grade, one of my friends had made this small little music video that they had filmed at the school, and it looked really nice, and she had her own song, and I thought it was really cool, so I asked her about it. She said it was with this company called ARC. So I looked up the company, and I kind of asked my mom, hey, do you think we could meet with this company and I could get my own song and video? And to my surprise, she said yeah. She said that it would be really cool to have on my resume for future projects and for future things at school. So I decided to give it a try. It would be my first time in a recording studio, my first time actually filming a music video, so why not? So that October, I went and emailed the company and met with them, and they said that they would love to. Basically, they would write me a song, I would go in and record it, and then they would do the video and upload it. I said, why not? It's my own song. That's cool. And I really didn't expect anyone to hear it. I thought I'd be able to send it to my grandma, who's still in Illinois, and my aunts and uncles all around the country. And I thought it was super fun. So I went in December 18th of 2010, had a 2-hour recording session in Los Angeles, California, and recorded Friday. On January 6th of 2011, they came to my house and we filmed a video. It took about 12 hours to film, and I got to have all my friends in it, and it really was just super fun. This is where I got the experience of being able to be in a recording studio and being able to have my own song. Not really to help promote myself. That wasn't the plan with all of that. It was just, hey, I'll be able to say I've had time in a recording studio. So then the video went up February 10th of 2011. Over the course of a month, it had got, I think, about 3,000 views. And I thought that was amazing. And it had gotten, just cute little comments, and people at school would, talk to me about it. It wasn't really a big deal, and I really just, my grandma had seen it, and that was it. Then March 11th, 2011, I got a message that said they'd seen the video on Tosh Poino's blog. I was really confused, and I immediately checked the link they had sent. And there I was, my face on Tosh Poino's blog. The article kind of made fun of the lyrics, said they were kind of dumb, but that was pretty much it. I checked the video, and it had 11,000 more views just overnight. I looked at the comments, and they were bad. I was definitely in a bit of shock, and I panicked. So for the next hour, I did cry. and I just didn't really know what to do. I had finally come to peace in school and had so many friends and felt so good, and it all just came crashing. The people at ARC called and asked if I wanted to take the video down. They said, we can act like nothing ever happened, but I said no. I was definitely not gonna let them win that easy. After that, things blew up really fast. In just 2 days, it had racked up 1 million views, which I freaked out over. Different celebrities were talking about it and covering it, and I was just in shock. I still was in shock. Now, coincidentally, I had to go to Sacramento for a school trip that next week, so I wasn't in school Monday, Tuesday, but I came back Wednesday and it was madness. I got mobbed at recess and I didn't know what to do. The next few months were pretty much a blur. Everything just happened so fast. I got with a manager. I was on so many TV shows and morning shows and talking to different people, going to red carpets, interviews. It was so weird. Then in early April, I got a call saying that Katy Perry wanted me to be in her music video, and I fell over. I couldn't believe it. Katy Perry she's Katy Perry. Like, what do you do there? And I really I still can't thank her enough for the advice she gave me and for being just so helpful. Later that year, so much stuff happened. I won a Teen Choice Award for Best Web Star. I went to Australia to perform, and I released a few more songs onto YouTube. That whole year really was just a blur, and before I knew it, we were ringing in the new year for 2012. Back in April of 2011, I went into homeschool because it became way too difficult to be able to balance all of the craziness that was happening and keep my grades up in school. I was failing English because I just couldn't be there at school. I was constantly up in LA. 2012 was a little bit different. Obviously, things started to slow down, and this was when the loneliness settled in. It had been almost a year since I had gone into homeschool, and I had been so busy that last year that I really didn't make time for friends and didn't even realize that I was losing friends. When summer came around, I took my mind off of that loneliness by working all the time. I went to the studio every week and I was rehearsing every day for 4 to 5 hours. Basically, I was doing all this to prepare for my first live performance in the US, which did go really well. It was in New Jersey and it was so much fun being able to be on stage. After the show, that loneliness hit me hard. I would spend all my days at home, online, on Tumblr, which I love Tumblr, but spending every day was not cool. I had made some friends back in 2011 who luckily were still with me. I'm very lucky to have met them because they are what introduced me to the world of online friends and the world of being able to meet YouTubers. Some of you guys may know them. They are the guys from a channel on YouTube called Our Second Life. So I don't know if you guys know them, but I will link their channel down below so you can check them out because they are wonderful people. In November of 2012, one day I was on Tumblr, shocker, and I was talking to a ton of people. I got a message from a very familiar name. This girl is Alexa Losi. You guys also may know her. She's a YouTuber, Smoky Pink Leopard. We started to talk and text back and forth, and we realized that we lived very close to each other, so we thought, hey, might as well hang out. I had nothing to lose since I really didn't have any friends. Her and her friend Derek came and picked me up, and I had the best night that I had had in so long, and I finally felt myself again. After this, I got introduced to the world of YouTubers, and I cannot thank Alexa enough for being able to bring me into that, because meeting them was the best thing that had ever happened to me. So quickly, I found myself surrounded by a group of people that cared for me and saw me as their little sister, and this is the YouTube community. I constantly was hanging out and really just getting back into the swing of things and finally getting back to myself as a person. And then in March of 2013, a little something called Playlist Live came around, and that just changed my life. I got to meet friends from across the ocean and friends that I had known for so long but never got to actually meet in person, and I got to meet some of you guys, which was amazing, and hear your stories and talk to you guys, and I just felt great, and I had such a fun few days. and I'm so thankful for being able to go. About 2 months later, I happened to hit 1 million followers on Twitter, and that was crazy. And it really hit me that I'm so lucky to finally be in a good place again and to feel myself and be happy, because for so long I had turned into someone that I wasn't, and I had no friends, and now I'm there. And being able to be surrounded by so many people that loved me on my birthday made me realize that so much can change in a year, because this time last year I spent my birthday alone. And I just want to thank everyone that's been there for me across this long way. And I know it's weird doing a Draw My Life being only 16, but you guys asked and I thought it could be fun. I just want to thank everyone so much that's been there and that has supported me through everything that's happened. And I just want to thank everyone that supported me over the past few years and over my whole life, that's believed in me, and to the friends that I've met years ago or just a few months ago, thank you so much. You've changed my life, and I don't know what I would do without each and every one of you guys. And thank you so much for being so kind and caring and supportive, and I'm so excited to see what happens in the future.